share my screen in a second. That is not what I wanted to do.
Make sure you're sharing the right thing. I know when I share my desktop.
I know. I'm like, let me be careful. All right, here we go. So let me know when you can see my screen.
I can see your screen.
Perfect. Leon, can you see too?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So what I will do after this call is, depending on what email you want to, or who you want to be the main manager of the website, I will send an email invitation to join the site as a collaborator, or I can just transfer the entire site over to you and you can manage it. So that will be the first thing that I do. And when I do that, it'll prompt you to make a Wix account. So Wix is the tool that we used for editing. So when you first log in and after you've made your account, it'll show you your site. So we have a lot of different sites we've created using Wix, so that's why you see multiple. But you'll see your site, and when you hover over it, you'll have the ability to either select it and manage information about, I don't know, the site name, anything else related to the domain or what it's connected to, or you can go straight to the editor, right? So using this little pencil icon. So I'm going to do that right now. And I had it open, so I'm going to close that one. Dang it, I should have left the other one open. All right, and it'll just load up, and then it'll bring up the site in a second, hopefully.
That's another thing that always happens when you're working, right? Like it's going really fast and then you have other people with you.
Of course, of course. It's just the way of life, apparently. Let me make sure I'm on the right network really quick, because that could definitely be it. Okay, well, either way, there we go. Perfect. So as you can see, the editor works in such a way that it shows you exactly what the user would see, right? So you don't have to mess with the code if you don't want to, which is great. So to begin, the editor, if you want to go to any type of page, the page menu is actually over here in the left side of the screen. So this lists all of the pages that are available on your website. And to edit a page, all you have to do is just click on it. So we're already on the home page, so let's kind of start from there. If you ever want to edit text, it's really simple. So you just double click on the text you'd like to edit, and then from there you can just go and add or take anything away as usual. And if you want, anytime you want to change what the text or images, which I'll kind of explain later, look like, you can always, again, double click them and it'll give you a pop-up menu where you can change the font, you can change the size, you can change the color pretty easily here, and then any other litany of options here as well. Okay. All right.
Cool.
All right. I know one of the things that might be interesting to you is if you ever want to change this picture too, you can easily change the background by, again, kind of double clicking on it. You can click change strip background, and you can either make it a color if you want it to just be a solid color, or what you can do is click on the image button here and it'll bring up the image library that you have. Okay. And we've uploaded a bunch of different images for you guys. So you can either kind of rotate between all of the images that are currently on your site using Site Media. So this has all of the images that are already on your website. So, oh my gosh, this is slow as molasses. Give me 1 second. I'm going to just change my network. because of course.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Hopefully that'll work a little bit better. Good. All right, cool. So you can either kind of use any of the already existing images that you have on the site, or what you can do is actually go to this tab, which is free from Wix. And that is all of Wix's, I guess, images that they have that they offer for free, stock photos. And then lastly, you can also look at Shutterstock, which is an even better stock photography company. And you'll have the ability to actually buy photos right here, direct from the site as well. Okay. All right. Let me see. I'll just exit this. Okay. So one thing I definitely wanted to go through was anytime you make any changes to this desktop view that you have here, you'll definitely want to look and see how that kind of impacts the mobile view. So Wix is really cool in that it allows you to kind of toggle back and forth between the mobile and the desktop views easily. So if you look in the top right hand corner right here, you'll see mobile. So you can see, okay, what does this page look like if we're looking at it from a mobile device, specifically a phone. So you can say,
Oh, that's great.
yeah, so you can say edit mobile view and just click on that.
Okay.
And then hopefully it won't move too ridiculously slow, but we'll see.
Theoretically, every change that you make on the website should be reflected into the mobile, right?
Right. So whenever if you, for instance, make change to text, like just change the words here or change the size, it should
Mm-hmm.
automatically make it responsive. So you shouldn't come here
Okay.
and then for no reason at all see this text box all the way at the bottom. It doesn't necessarily work like
Okay.
that. It's more so if, for instance, you add an entirely new element or add a new section entirely, then you'll just want to go and check and make sure that it's ordered correctly.
Okay.
Okay. So within this, if for instance you saw, oh, okay, you know what? I want this section, this green section, to actually be moved, then you could always click on it and move it, like by dragging and dropping it.
Okay.
So one thing to note is that anything that is on the desktop view will automatically be added to the mobile view. So it's not like things will be missing, which is definitely a
Okay.
good thing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go back to the desktop view.
Well, can
Yep.
so we had an instance, and I just want to make sure that, and that's why I asked. I'm glad we're talking about it. Whenever we were reviewing the site, specifically the team page, half of the board was missing, and they had always been on the website. So, and then they weren't on the mobile, and then they were out of order once they were on there. So, but
Hmm.
it didn't look like that on the website. So I guess like that's why I'm curious
Mm-hmm.
what might have happened
Sure.
in that
So, I
instance.
mean, without knowing that page intimately, the
Mm-hmm.
only reason why that would happen is if, well, I guess two reasons would be sometimes designers will group things so that it's easy to just move an entire group. So they might group a bunch of photos, and if they
Mm-hmm.
do it and don't ungroup it, sometimes Wix won't really know what to do with that group. So it
Got it.
might accidentally put it behind something. So it's not like it's disappeared, but it might actually be behind something else.
Okay.
So if anything, what I can show you is one important piece will be on this left hand side. You'll see it says menus and pages and then elements, hidden elements.
Mm-hmm.
You'll want
Mm-hmm.
to click that and see, is there anything that's hidden behind something else?
Okay.
And just make sure it says nothing's hidden. Yeah, so that could be one reason. Let me see if you said it was team member pictures.
Yeah,
Um,
it was their photos and their bio. It was the whole spot for them.
yeah,
But
I'm
it's there now. I just noticed it wasn't there for a period, and then when it did get on there, they were out of order,
hmm,
but they were correct on the website. So,
okay. Well, one word of advice I would have if you ever do add more items to this is, and I'll kind of take you back to the desktop. The way Wix works is it's a grid based programming platform. So, in order for everything to be responsive, they like to work in a grid of up to 5. So that easily, if you're looking on a phone, they can just stack things on top of each other as long as it's in
mhm.
a like column grid. So I would say whenever you add anything, and hopefully this thing will let me do it. Oh gosh, it's taking a minute. Sorry about that. But whenever you do add anything, you'll just want to make sure that you're kind of adding it in columns, a column grid. So the way that the designer did it here is kind of like that perfect example. So if you click on one side, the green side for instance, you'll see this is pretty much 2 boxes. So if you ever
Mhm.
wanted to add anything, you could right click it and you could say manage columns. Manage columns. Sorry, give me 1 second to get this thing. I don't know why this is so slow. I'm sorry. I'm not sure if it's because I'm running the camera as well or screen recording or what, but oh goodness. Sorry. I can send you the instructions on that part because it's my computer is moving so slowly. It keeps like
Okay.
undoing things, but I'll make a note to tell you about adding columns.
Okay.
So my main point there is that whenever you add information, instead of kind of just plopping text or photos anywhere you want on the page, you'll definitely want to work inside columns so that you can put a picture inside of, let's say if we're talking about these 2 columns, you can put a picture inside of this left column, and when it's on the mobile view, it'll just stack whatever is on the left on top of whatever is on the right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I know you said something about videos. Do you have a specific page?
We haven't decided where that's going to go yet. But this is actually a good trial run. If we wanted to, let's go to the About Us
Sure.
page, and we
Okay.
might put a video. We haven't decided where we're putting this video, but this gets back to actually to the columns or how we might want to do this. So the Who We Are About Us page, yep.
Okay.
And we would want to put, there's a testimonial video that we have.
Oh, great.
Um,
Okay.
and so we have to figure out one, what page it's going to go on, or if it'll go on the homepage, and then
Mm-hmm.
more specifically, how we would do it.
Okay. Great. So this is perfect. So if let's say you're on this page, and let's just pretend that you want to add a whole separate section for the video, right?
Yeah.
So what you would do is you would go to the plus icon that's right here and
Okay.
click it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Come on. Okay. And in this, you'll be able to add pretty much anything you could ever imagine in life. So you see where it says
Okay.
strip here, right beneath box and above lists and grids. You'll actually just go
Mm-hmm.
and add a strip.
Okay. So you add strip, and then would you add video? Oh, wait.
Yep, yeah.
Add strip.
So if for instance you already foresee it being a strip that has maybe 2 sides to it, maybe you'd have a video and then a description, maybe you could start from the about, or start by
Okay.
using this as kind of like a base or a template, right?
Okay.
Or if you
Great.
think it'll just be, oh, sorry, did you have one question? Did you have a question?
No, 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 no. I'm just agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, awesome. I love it. We're on one accord. That's perfect. Um, Alternatively, if you kind of see this as being something where you kind of just want to keep it basic, you can scroll all the way to the bottom of this and just get, where is it? I feel like this is there we go, classic view, where you just add a strip like this. So let's say you want to add a classic black strip. So you can just drag and drop it to the page. All right. Wow, I don't know why this is so neat. Sorry about this.
That's okay.
Okay. Okay. So you see how it added it kind of to the bottom, but you're gonna want to kind of put it down a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually a great example then. So as you can see, it's kind of whatever is selected, you can tell that it's selected because it always has a blue outline or highlight around it. So in this case, when you're kind of changing a strip, you have the ability to either change the size of the strip by kind of pulling down on this end right here and change the size. Or what you can do is you can actually touch this, once it comes back, this button right here, where it's kind of the gray button and the arrow. And you can just
Mm-hmm.
drag the shape to where it doesn't change the size, it just changes the position and moves everything that's beneath it as well. So then you don't have to worry about moving each element beneath it individually.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and then so once we do that, then we would like double click on the black screen and then that color video image thing will pop up and we add a video.
Somewhat. So what you would do is, so you've already added the strip now, right? So
Mm-hmm.
let's say now you want to add a video to this. Anytime you want to add a video or anything, you go back to the plus sign that's right
Okay.
here. And again, the reason why we're kind of adding it in a strip is so that it's easy for Wix to know where it goes when it's in the mobile view.
Okay.
So I've clicked on the add, and now I can actually go right down to video. And I'll just click on video. And do you guys have YouTube or Vimeo, or what type of videos?
It's a YouTube video.
Okay, all right, great. So as you can see, all you have to do really is click your video player that it would be coming from. So in this case,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube. And what
Mm-hmm.
it'll do is open up a dialog box that allows you to choose to what URL it should be coming from.
Okay, and so then it'll embed right there. So
Right,
we just need to put the URL in there and it'll show up.
exactly.
Awesome.
It'll show up as the same stationary preview that is on YouTube. That's what will show up.
Yeah, so whatever thumbnail you have kind of set up for the video, that will be
Uh huh.
what's shown. And then when someone clicks play, they'll see the video.
Okay, great.
Yeah. And then you can always change the settings to say, play automatically, play in a loop, or play only when someone has uh, pressed play. So that is just by clicking on the video and then hitting the gear icon to change the settings.
Awesome.
Great, great, great. So what I will do is you can always delete or go backwards. So what I'll do is I'll delete the video so that you don't have any of this on your real page. And then I'll delete the new strip that I just put.
Okay, thanks.
No problem. as soon as that goes away. All right, great. And then what I'll do is I will just move this footer up so that there isn't any more extra space. Okay. So kind of similar to how you use the drag and drop tool on the strip, you're going to bring that up by adjusting the page height. So that way the footer isn't so far beneath everything else.
Okay.
And it'll probably just take a second to catch up. Oh, goodness. You didn't have this white space before, right?
No, we didn't.
Okay, good to know. Oh my gosh, this is so painful. I'm sorry. It's so slow. Okay.
Does this automatically save, or you have to
It does
hit
save.
save in order for it?
It does save, but I would definitely recommend, saving as often as possible just in case. So, and I'll definitely show you how to do that as soon as I get this strip up here. Okay, all right, good. So I'll get rid of this one little thing too. Okay. So what I will do now is I will show you. Okay, so at the very top, the top right, you'll see save, preview, and publish. So as soon as you're finished, doing whatever you liked and you're kind of happy with it, you'll want to save it to make sure you don't lose any of the progress that you've made. And then if you're ready for it to be shown on the live site, you'll want to publish it. So in the upper right hand corner is publish, and whatever you did will actually be visible to your viewers on your live website. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that being said, anytime you save something, you can kind of leave things undone in the editor if you just need to finish at a later time. Your only thing will be you'll just need to make sure you don't publish it until you're ready for it to be visible.
Right.
Okay. Let me see. I think those are really the
And
biggest
then,
things. Yep.
do I see that there's some forward arrow and backward arrow up top too, that you can actually like reverse what you've done if
Yes.
you're not happy with it? Or
Yes,
okay,
exactly. So really great point. So you can always go back and forward. And one other great, and I'm sorry, this white space is bothering the mess out of me. But one other great thing is that if you want to go and kind of see what your entire web page looks like, top to bottom, you can always click this zoom out icon and you'll be able to see the entire thing. And make sure it's ordered correctly, make sure, spacing is proper, and exactly how you want it. And the great thing about it is if you wanted, for instance, the values section or strip rather to be above about us, you could always highlight it and then click on the arrow and move it up. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to exit out of zoom out. All right, and it's taking a second. All right. Awesome. Good. So let me see. Anything else about this? Any other specific questions?
I had a question actually about
Sure.
like some references that you would recommend, both websites that are helpful with Wix and then
Definitely.
if there's any books like is there Wix for Dummies or something like that.
Oh, no, this is great. Great question. So Wix actually has a great support documentation library. So I can actually, I'll write that to send you a link and they have them all in written format, but then they also have them in videos where they'll walk you through exactly how to add a video or how to add a strip with columns. So basically everything that I'm telling you now, they also have documentation for it. Another great thing is they have a tech support team, which I can also give you the number for, but it will be listed in your account as well. When you make an account for this, the number will be listed, and you can also send a support ticket in as well. So let me see, link to documentation and support number. Okay. All right. Awesome.
Is there any hard copy thing that you know of, or?
You know what? Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm not sure, but I can look that up and tell you that as well.
Okay, great. Thanks.
No problem. All right, good. Anything else?
I think I just have one quick question. So I saw when we were looking at the pages that it looks like there might be old pages in there. So I think there was like a home page and a home to and some other stuff. Are those going to be deleted if we're not using any of those pages before we go live? Yes. Or is that already cleaned up?
So we can delete them. I know at least we weren't sure if maybe later on you might want to use that format or whatever, if we wanted to keep it, but you want to delete the old home pages for sure? We can delete that.
Yeah, those are the tiled ones, right?
Right.
Is that what's on there? Yeah. I think it's better to delete them.
Okay.
Maybe keep one of them. They're like the original tiled one, but the rest can be deleted. Okay. And I can just play around with it.
Which one was the let me go to that really quick. See, make sure I know which one you're talking about. Okay, because I know one has like 12 or so blocks, and then another one has just a few, I think. So if I just know which one.
Yeah, you can delete that one.
Okay, so delete home old. Okay. All right, great. Yeah, we can definitely clean that up beforehand so there's no duplicates.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I just have a feeling you never know when you accidentally click something and then that becomes your home page and you didn't mean it to.
Oh gosh, yes, I definitely understand. Okay, all right. Well, only other thing that would probably be helpful is preview. If you ever want to kind of see what your website looks like without the lines and everything, but not make it go live, you can always hit the preview button and it'll just show you. Right. And then you can choose to actually keep it that way or undo.
Fantastic.
All right, awesome. So what I will do, I've noted, is I will send you information about adding strips and columns. I'll send you a general link to the documentation and the support, tech support number. And then I'll also send you information about if there's any hard copy information about Wix.
Great.
Sound good? All right. And then I'll also send you this video of this
okay,
training.
Perfect.
All right.
That will be helpful. Leon, do you have any other questions?
No, that's been helpful. Thank you.
No problem. Okay. Thank you all so much. I'm happy we got a chance to work together again, and I'm happy you like your website.
Yeah, thanks, Kristen, and congratulations again on everything.
Thanks so much. Have a great day, and I'm going to try to end this video.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.